the Year. COOL. I'm a cool party girl in a cool party world. COOL. I'm a cool party girl in a cool party world.
All right. Seeing as we're almost at the end of 2022, seeing as we want to look back over the last 12 months, seeing as one of my favourite bands on planet Earth are in the UK right now, we had to do this. We had to have a little party. We've got drinks in strange little ball, mirror ball glasses, which I'm liking. We got Confidence Man live in the studio. They've done a mix for us. We're going to have a little bit of a party. We don't know who else is going to drop by or who else we're going to call up. Hello, it's nice to see you.
Hello.
It's nice to see you too.
It's a rare chance, actually, to be in the same room as you guys. I think we spoke on the phone a bunch. These UK shows have been going crazy, haven't they? You just finished this tour. How has it been for you? Janet, I'll go to you first.
It's been pretty serious. We've been partying pretty hard, so that's good. So we know about this topic quite well.
Yeah, you've got the professionals in.
Yeah. No, it's been pretty deep. I've been loving it.
Yeah, been deep. It's been just massive shows. Just like I think like the biggest shows we've ever done.
And we met some of our the heroes. We actually met our favorite person maybe ever today.
Who?
We met Jimmy from KLF, and I think I pretty much died.
Serious? No way. How did that come about?
Oh, I don't even know. He actually reached out to our label saying he wanted to do a remix of one of our songs because he was a fan, which was like shocking. And what he wanted to do was he wanted to add Chinook sounds to it, so like helicopter sounds. Yeah. And that was going to be his remix. He's still going to do it.
He needs to top all the other remixes that you had done, because we premiered the Chai one here on the show from Retail. We're going to play this one now just to kick off the show. This is Kevin Parker's Tame Impala remix of Holiday as well. How did that come about before we actually get into this tune?
Well, he messaged us on Instagram and we didn't see it because it went into like hidden messages for like literally like 3 months. And then like we heard through his management that like he was like kind of like, oh, like I reached out to them.
They never wrote back.
Yeah, never wrote back. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. We love you.
Did you do that on Instagram then? Did you go back and be like, I'm really sorry, dude, but 3 months late. Yeah, we should probably do this remix.
Yeah.
Like we might actually be keen. You know?
Yeah.
Have you hung out with him very much? Because obviously Tame, I mean, they're huge in Australia, but they're huge around the world. But he hasn't actually lived in Australia, Kevin, for quite some time now. He's LA based, isn't he?
Yeah, no, we've never really had the chance to hang with Kev.
I'm pretty sure Reggie followed him around at a DJ set once when he was like 15, being like, I love
really?
you.
Yeah.
The worm has turned now.
Yeah.
Kev's going back, sliding into your DMs, just be like, please, and then you shade him. Absolutely love it. All right, so this is the deal. We're going to have a little party with two of my favorite people on planet Earth, and we're going to play this. This is Confidence Man, Holiday.
I get away every day, my holiday. I get away every day, my holiday. I get away every day, my holiday. I live it up. I live it up. I get away every day, my holiday. I get away every day, my holiday. I get away every day, my holiday. I live it up. I live it up. I get away every day, my holiday. I'm getting paid. I live it up on the go. I'm getting high. I'm never low. Picking up and I lose control. I'm born to fly. I want it all. I live it up. I live it up. I live it up. Live it up. I 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 get away every day, my holiday. I get away every day, my holiday. I get away every day, my holiday. I live it up.
You're listening to Matt Wilkinson. I've got Confidence Man here in the studio with me. We're having a bit of a party to celebrate the end of a huge 2022. We've got cocktails. I think we need to talk about Glastonbury a little bit because that show was such a huge moment for you guys, right?
Yeah, I think like when it happened, it was just kind of so intense that like it was just over and we're like, what the hell just happened?
Well, we were saying that we like pretty much blacked out. Like I don't really remember anything. I remember like walking on stage and being like, well, this is intense. Like what's going on? Are these people here for us? And then that's it.
And then just walking off covered in champagne and sweat.
Yeah.
Really?
And then watching it back, we were watching it in the tent at Glastonbury actually at like 4 o'clock in the morning, like so wide. And we were like, this is sick. Oh my God, we smashed it. Who's that sexy man?
But I think it worked so well because Wet Leg played before you. I can remember it now. And they just naturally brought in like one of the biggest crowds of the whole festival site anyway. But I think loads of people wanted to see that double bill. It's such a good booking. And obviously no one could get out after Wet Leg finished because they shut it down. So that meant that you guys had to go and basically just bring the party and say, all right, here we are. If you didn't know who we were before, you're definitely going to know who we are by the end of this set, which is what happened.
Yeah. It's been pretty sick.
Yeah,
It's also
we
been
loved
sick as well, like at the shows, what everyone's been saying to us is like it seems to be like a really diverse crowd. Like I think there's like a whole bunch of like old 70-year-old ravers and then like a whole bunch of like 16-year-old kids sneaking in, probably illegally.
I noticed that at the Coco show that I went to recently because every other gig that I've seen you at so far, right up to the last one in London, which was in like March or April, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of like an indie dance crowd. Whereas at Coco, there was mainstream dance mixing with indie dance, mixing with old timers who've come in off the back of like Ewan mixing the record and what Andrew Weatherall said about you guys previously when he was around. And it's just this strange mix of people absolutely losing it all at the same time, everybody together. It's a weird thing because I never really thought I would see all these different groups of people together vibing off the same band, especially a band who come from the other side of the world. It must be weird for you guys to kind of almost discover how much you're growing in real time when you go and play these shows and it's like, oh my God, this is a different crowd to last time. Do you feel that when you go on stage? Does it feel different?
Yeah, like I think like especially these last few shows, every crowd has been amazing, like each one better than the next. And yeah, just like looking out, like, you know, it's just a whole sea of fresh faces and a whole bunch of different people, but just everyone's just having a really good time.
What's the deal with the cover that you end with as well? It's originally Bryan Adams, but then it's who redid it again?
DJ Sammy.
DJ Sammy.
Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven.
Yeah, which is like a full-on flip from everything else because that's as mainstream as you can possibly get. And when it came on, I was like, no way are they doing this.
Oh, see, I don't see that as mainstream. I suppose maybe because it's
I
the
do.
90s, but I suppose it was. It's such a turbo song. Like, you can't deny that riff. Like, bam, 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 bam. It's so good.
Yeah, it was a massive hit in England, right?
Yeah, like everybody knows it.
But yeah, we did that for like a version for Triple J
Did you?
sort of a few months ago. And then we're like, let's just do it live.
Oh, thinking about our younger years. There was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Now nothing can take you away from me. We've been down that road before, but that's over now. You keep me coming back for more. arms in the bed. I'll be standing there by you. We're in heaven.
Is that the aim, to write a tune like that a little bit, do you think? Which is just completely universal.
We realized like after we covered it that like we've almost like subconsciously been like edging towards just ripping that off
I know
like
what
the
you
whole
mean.
time.
Yeah.
So like yeah, I think that's definitely like a vibe that we're into right now.
Yeah, Eurotrash. He actually did reach out to us after we did the cover to him, and he's like,
Really? Adams?
DJ Sammy, not
Oh.
"No, not Brian. No, Brian. No,
What?
no. I like Brian. Respect to Brian."
Holiday was as big as that tune as well. When you played it live at Coco. Those are the two massive tunes,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
yeah, it's just that big anthemic sort of uplifting feel. I think everyone's going for it. Everyone needs it right now.
And we want to go to Ibiza. That's kind of like our life goal at the moment.
Have you ever been?
No, but I feel like
What?
we
No,
belong
never
there.
been.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, I know. So
5 years on the road and you
that's
haven't
our
made it to the
entry.
island yet.
that's our entry. Cover of Heaven, Holiday.
What's like what is the dream gig for Conman to play anywhere? Money is no object. Guest list is no object.
I think we'd do the first gig on the moon.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Or like in a volcano and we like explode out of the volcano.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Underwater.
Yeah, we
fair.
talked about that.
Yeah.
On
You've actually
horses.
spoken about that previously.
Yeah, but like, we have a lot of times because we were like underneath, like I don't know, like in an aquarium. You know, like
That would be
That
cool.
would be a vibe. Yeah,
That
everyone
would
else
be cool.
stays
Like
dry.
vibing with sharks.
Yeah.
That would
Not
be
sure.
quite interesting.
Not sure how like the microphone situation works
Yeah.
underwater.
We
Just
talked
get worried
about-
there'd be like a crack that would appear when the bass hits.
Yeah. We have talked about Conman on Ice. We did like we
Oh,
were
we
actually
nearly did
really
that.
serious about that.
I want to play my favourite song from the record, which sounded amazing when you played it live as well the other day. Push It Up. I like the vibe of this song. It's slightly different, isn't it? I like the spoken word vocal on it. I like the intonation and the way that you push it a little bit. And live, this one properly went off. I don't know what you
Yeah.
think of it.
Yeah, no, we're stoked. We've only just started playing it live, so
You really?
yeah, feels good.
What's your favourite song to play live then at the moment?
This one right now,
Serious?
because it's new.
Because it's fresh.
Yeah, and did you see the death drop in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to talk about that. I have questions about the acrobatics on the stage. And I mean, we always talk about this anyway, but I don't know how you guys do it. Still now, you must be like 300 gigs in this year. And it's like, how are you actually maintaining the level of aerobics that you do on stage and singing?
We keep
And keeping it in time.
Simple but effective maneuvers. That's the key.
Confidence Man are here with me all show today. They've done a really amazing mix for us, which we're going to play out later on. Having a little bit of a party. This song is called Push It Up.
Oh, push it up. I'm starting to believe it, baby. Oh, push it up. Making it look easy. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna do it right. Oh, push it up.
Somebody told me that there's nowhere left to go. I've been around the world, and baby, you should know. If you need something to lift you up, just touch your toes and bend your knees and push it up.
Oh, push it up. I'm starting to believe it, baby. Oh, push it up. Making it look easy. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna do it right. Oh, push it up. Push it up. Push it up. Push it up.
I do the same thing every day around the world. I do it everywhere, cause I'm that kind of girl. Once I get started, I never stop. Takes two to tango, but just one to push it up.
Oh, push it up. I'm starting to believe it, baby. Oh, push it up. Making it look easy. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna do it right. Oh, push it up. Push it up. Push it up.
A to the U, S to the H, I, T.
find it exhilarating, euphoric in my body. Feels so nice.
Oh, push it up. I'm starting to believe it, baby. Oh, push it up. Making it look easy. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna do it right. Oh, push it up.
Is there an after party after every single gig? Because Confidence Man, you're kind of known as a party band now.
Well, like we used to do that probably like when we first like started touring, and we were just like absolute messes. I remember going home to mum and mum being like, "You look terrible. Like what has happened to you?"
Didn't she cry or something?
Yeah,
like?
it was something bad. Yeah, no, mum was just like, "You guys look terrible."
What's your mum
Anyway.
called?
Wendy.
Wendy.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
go
yeah.
to the shows.
Yeah, well, that was back in the day when she used to make the costumes.
Oh, of
before
course
she
she
got
did.
fired.
Yeah.
She's fired now.
Can't believe you fired your own mum.
Yeah. Serves her right.
Yeah.
She's being lazy.
Yeah. So who makes the clothing now?
Like a friend of mine, Ivan. That's actually his job. My mum was a nurse, like trying to struggle at the
Yeah,
same
she's your
time.
mum.
Hence why she's fired. But now we only do it like end of runs.
Which country party's the hardest? You're seasoned professionals at like, you know, I feel like you've got a doctorate in partying. Hence why we're doing this. Hence why we've got these ridiculous drinks.
As you go north, it does get rowdier and rowdier.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Like hit Manchester, everything goes up a notch, and then like Glasgow,
Glasgow's the
Everybody
shit,
says
yeah.
and then Dublin as well. Like
Dublin.
last time we were here, we played Dublin, and the crowd was just crazy.
How do the UK and Ireland compare to the rest of the world then?
Well, they're probably our favourite crowds. I think they get the references best.
You're doing New Year's Eve this year as well in Sydney, right? A place called Luna Park.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played New Year's Eve before?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
every New Year's.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's like kind of one of the things about being in a band is all the times when everyone's partying, you're probably working for them.
But I mean, luckily we party at our work.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
So you're literally on stage at midnight. You're doing the countdown.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? Which song are you playing at midnight? You thought about it?
Heaven.
Yeah, let's just play Heaven over and over and over again.
Yeah.
No con man songs anymore.
What's the best New Year's Eve party that you've ever been to? Been to any corkers?
Oh, we went to Let Them Eat Cake last year, which was
Did
really
you?
fun. Have you been to that festival?
No, never.
It has a 2-day after party where all the artists go, and like it's in this massive mansion called the Werribee Mansion. And I remember like Peggy Goo was like DJing in one library, and like just like
Yeah.
all the artists just like literally for 2 days. It's the most cooked party I've ever been to.
They just turn all the conference rooms into like rave caves, and you just walk around in a robe, and it's awesome.
I don't know how it's legal. Like I remember like there were tourists coming through, and like I was sitting there with like CC and Disco, just like so wasted on the lawn at like 6 a.m. 2 days later, and there's like a little kid walking
Your
through with
little
his dad,
families.
being like, "Daddy, look at this."
What's
I'm
that?
park." Yeah.
He's like, turn away.
Don't look.
It's
Yeah.
a DJ. Don't look.
If you just joined the show today, we're having an end of year party. We've got Janet and Sugar from Confidence Man live in the studio. We're talking about their amazing 2022, and we have a special party guest as well who's going to be arriving imminently. But before that happens, let's have a bit of a party tune. Janet, Sugar, what do you want to play next?
Well, right now, I'd say my party tune would be Eliza Rose, Baddest of Them All.
That's my party tune.
No, it's my party tune. And I know this is because she came to our Roundhouse show, and like she literally just walked into our green room like this like cutest little punce ever. and Reggie like apparently had just like seen her walking backstage and was like, Eliza Rose, like grabbed her and he's like, I have to introduce you to Janet. And she's like, oh my God, darling, like, oh my God, love you so much. And we got the cutest photo ever. Love her.
Yeah, she's the best.
She's the baddest of them all. The baddest of them all. She's the baddest of them all. The baddest of them all. She's the baddest of them all. The baddest of them all. She's the baddest of them all. The baddest of them all.
If you've just joined this show, this is Apple Music One. It's Matt Wilkinson here. It's the end of 2022, so we're having a little party in the studio with Confidence Man. And seeing as Confidence Man have an incredible little black book which you've amassed over the last, 4 or 5 years, we thought we'd get somebody special to join us. Noel Gallagher is here. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm very well. We must point out I'm very local.
You are local.
Yeah, my engineer over there is just comping a tambourine or something.
But you guys do genuinely know each other, don't you? Did you meet on tour or somewhere?
We met in a bar in
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
After I was on tour with U2. They know a very famous Irish chap called Simon Carmody, and you won't know him, but he is famous in those circles. And they were telling us about this band, and so we went out one night. Still can't remember what
Classic Combat Night.
Well, no, I
Combat
think
Night.
no, I was hammered, but the funny night was the night we went round to their house. There was me and Edge went round. They were going to cook us some food.
Wait, how does that happen? You and Edge,
Yeah.
international rock stars, popping round to Confidence Man's house for tea.
But we're in a night off, and there's like, oh, we're going to go around and see. They're going to cook us some food. Yeah, we'll go around. So me and Edge went, and we're there, and they're playing us some tunes, and they had this neighbour, right, who's like banging on the walls, and they were like, oh, it's the neighbours. And
In your house.
yeah. So anyway, the door goes, and it's the neighbour, and Ed says, "Oh, one of these said, yeah, it wouldn't be funny if you go out, right?" So he's about the same age as he's like 50. So Edge goes out, and the guy's like, "Can you tell us about the kid?" You went to U2?
Yeah, his face just dropped.
And go around, and someone said, "Look, you go out as well. He's bound to be a massive Oasis fan." So I went out, and he's going, "Well, hang on a minute, are you an Oasis?" And we were like, "Look, these kids are rowdy, right? But they're actually pretty cool." And then
You're like the midway men.
yeah.
You're like,
Well, tell him he was
I
fine
love
with
it.
after that one.
No, he was fine for a bit. Well, actually, no, he went back to his house and then he came back with the camera in his
Yeah,
pajamas.
Really?
that was a much more polite knock, like a minute or
He was
two
away
later.
from
come in and have a glass
And he
of
was
wine.
there with his
Yeah.
Olympus, his little dad cab.
Is he still your neighbour now?
No.
And I think he's pretty happy about that.
Yeah, no. Everyone's
That was the
happy
last
about this.
straw.
I would,
Yeah.
I would live next door. Trust me on that.
What time did that party go on until?
We're quite late.
Yeah, it's pretty late.
I remember
one.
you were showing us some demos too. We were in Demo Town.
Were you?
We were
Yeah.
playing each other's stuff. Yeah.
Love
Very
Demo
cute.
Town. It's one of our favourite things to do.
Yeah.
Because you're on the record, right? Like uncredited, you're on Tilt doing something, or is that just rumoured?
I think.
Or do we defer?
think-
Do we defer to you
I
two?
think Grace over there was trying to sell another 17 albums in Japan. And I have people saying to me, "You want that Confidence Man record?" I was like,
I
"Could have been that night. It could have been in the microphone somewhere." But, I might. I mean, I genuinely don't know. I mean,
We'll never tell.
Work for me, work for me. You know I love it when you move so free. Oh, won't you work for me, one more time. Work for me. You know I love it when you move so free. Oh, won't you work for me,
Bono's on it though, because you can hear Bono even though he's not credited. I think on like the 5th time of playing that tune, I was like, that's Bono.
We can either confirm or deny that.
If you like that, you're gonna love this.
Everybody
Yeah,
knows
it
that
could maybe.
because it sounds like Bono.
Now, she texted me and said, look, I might have said something in an interview about you being on the album. And I was like,
Love it.
what's she going on about? And then it's like, you might have said something. So if anybody asks you,
Just agree.
I didn't
go-
say
And here we are.
Just
Here we
go
are.
with it. And then I was doing interviews like, you on this Confidence Man record? I'm like,
We do have to wrap this up actually because the show is pretty much done, but we've got a mix that you guys have done very, very kindly for us. I'm scanning over the track list for it. A bit of New Order in there, which is very nice to see. Noel, thank you very much for coming in.
no worries, mate. Nice to see you.
Do you have a message for the listeners, a little New Year message to everybody?
Well, I don't mind New Year. I much prefer it to Christmas. And I like the renewal of everything. So hopefully 2023 is going to be better than 2022. Which was infinitely better than the 2 years previously. But who knows where we'll be next year? I could be Prime Minister by this time next
They
year.
could be Prime Minister.
They could be Prime Ministers by this time next year.
We'll all be Prime Minister.
Who knows? But
You should do a Christmas album.
hey,
You should do a Christmas album.
you've got. Do you know what? She's the only. She's got so many ideas for what I should be doing. You should make a country record. You should do a Christmas album.
What would go on a Noel Gallagher
We've done a
Christmas
video on a
album?
jet ski.
What would you?
Hang on a minute.
But what would you cover on a Christmas album?
I wouldn't. I don't like Christmas songs. I wish it could be Christmas every day. It's probably one of the most offensive songs ever. Like every day be like Christmas. Like every 350 days a year.
I don't. This is like, just to reiterate this to everybody. This is meant to be a happy holiday show, but we've got Grinch over there who obviously doesn't like Christmas. That's okay though. We do need to wrap this up. I am going to play this DJ mix now that the guys have made especially for us. Con Man, you are legends. Noel, thank you very much, and you guys as well. Thank you for listening to the show.
Matt Wilkinson, Apple Music.
I'm going to get into this DJ mix right now. This is made especially for everybody listening to this here on Apple Music One. This is Confidence Man's Active Scenes DJ mix on Apple Music. Tunes to come from Severed Heads, Boldo, and New Order. Right now, it's this from Daphne.
Apple Music.
you love someone, don't you know it's true? You'll be doing things you said you'd never do. When you love someone, when you love someone, when you love someone. When you love someone, when you love someone, when you love someone. When you love someone, when you love someone, when you love someone. When you love someone, when you love someone, when you love someone.
You're listening to Confidence Man in the mix on Apple Music.
This is Matt Wilkinson. Apple Music.
Evolution and origin.
You're listening to Confidence Man in the mix on Apple Music. The absolute tune playing underneath me right now is New Order, Fine Time. It's the Steve Silk Hurley remix. Let's get back into it.
Apple Music. Matt Wilkinson, Apple Music.
Matt Wilkinson. You've been listening to Confidence Man's Active Scenes DJ Mix. Search DJ Mixes in Apple Music to listen again in full.
Apple Music.